The piece we're going to hear is, without doubt, his most famous work, called The Unanswered Question. I don't know if it's famous enough for you to have heard it, but it's one Ives work that is played and known all over the world. This short piece takes us a long way from Danbury, Connecticut, beyond New England, beyond America, out to the universe itself. Ives is now dealing with the greatest mysteries of life, asking the age-old question, why do we exist? And Ives assigns this question to a solo trumpet who intones it 6 separate times. It goes like this. See how exactly like a question that is? And each time there comes an answer, or an attempt at an answer, from a group of woodwinds. And the first answer comes very slow and indefinite. The second is faster, and the third still faster. And by the time we get to the 6th, it's so fast it comes out like wild babbling. Now these woodwinds, according to Ives, represent our human answers, growing increasingly impatient and desperate until they lose their meaning entirely. And all this time, right from the very beginning, the strings have been playing their own separate music, infinitely soft and slow and sustained, never changing, never growing louder or faster, never being affected in any way by that strange question and answer dialogue of the trumpet and the woodwinds. It's as though the strings were the great galaxy of stars which keeps slowly, imperceptibly circling about over our heads as we go about our business asking questions and trying to give answers. And however hard we try, the stars keep circling, unchanging and unconcerned. And then finally, the trumpet asks his question for the 7th time. But this time, there comes no answer at all. Only the silent, slow motion of the universe, ceaseless. Of course, the question Ives proposes in his title is not a strictly musical one by his own say-so, but rather a metaphysical one. Let me quote part of his descriptive foreword to the piece. He says, "The strings play pianissimo throughout with no change in tempo, and they are to represent, quote, the silences of the Druids who know, see, and hear nothing," unquote. The trumpet intones the perennial question of existence, unquote, and states it in the same tone of voice each time. But the hunt for the invisible answer, unquote, all these are capitalized naturally, the hunt for the invisible answer undertaken by the flutes and other human beings, typical Ives cracker barrel humor, these flutes and other human beings become gradually more active, faster, and louder.
I think I once wrote that the story of Ives is the story of a genius in a wasteland. How he was able to write the kind of things he was writing without the kind of stimulus of an active contemporary music movement around him, I don't understand. That really, to me, is a miracle. So that it was, well, like writing for the birds, as you might say. I mean, who knew whether anybody was ever going to be able to play it? It was that far in advance of its time. To be able to do what Ives did, that's a kind of heroic deed that really should get into the annals. Be able to write all that stuff without anybody hearing it, or even he himself hearing it, that seems to be most extraordinary. I'm a composer too. I couldn't do that. Once I finish a piece, I can't go on to the next piece until I hear what I've done actually performed. It's a sort of consolation to me, and I think to fellow musicians, that he must have known before he died that the music he had written was really going to leave such a mark on our own serious music that no one will ever forget who Charles Ives was.